Defining quadratic equations. Example. The product of two consecutive even numbers is 728. Find the numbers. So as you can see, it is given that we have two numbers and both the two numbers are even as well as coming next to each other. So if I take my first number as equal to x, then my second number will be x plus 2, because even numbers come after a gap of a number. Because if my first even number is x, then I will get the second even number as x plus 2. So let's follow the question. It says that if I multiply the first number times second number, I will get what? 728. What I'm going to do, I'm going to write my first number. So my first number is x and my second number is x plus 2. So I will write x times x plus 2, and that is equal to 728. Now I'm going to distribute x. So if I distribute x, I will multiply x with this x and then I multiply x with 2. So my product will be x times x is x squared plus x times 2 is 2x, that is equal to 728. Now I'm going to take this 728 to the other side. So I will subtract 728 from both sides, and if I do that, my 700 will be cancelled out, and only term that I have on the left side is x squared plus 2x minus 728 is equal to 0. Now what I need to do, I need to find the factors of 728. So I'm going to write 728 and I'm going to find the factors of 728 so that when we subtract, we get 2, and when we multiply, we get 728. So let's find the factors of 728. So I will divide first by 2. 7 over 2 is 3, and then I have 1 remainder. So 1 and then 2 is 12. 12 over 2 is 6, and then 8 over 2 is again 4. Now let's divide by 2 again because it's an even number still. So 3 over 2 is 1. I have 1 remainder. Then 1 and 6 is 16. So 16 over 2 is 8. And then I have 4 over 2 is 2. Let's divide again. So I will divide 18 by 2. So 18 over 2 is 9. And then 2 over 2 is 1. Now the next number I can think of is 7. So 91 over 7 is 13. Now I need to divide by 13 because 13 is a prime number. I'll get my remainder as 1. So my factors are 2 times 2 times 2 times 7 times 13. So I'm going to write the factors over here as 2 times 2 times 2 times 7 times 13. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pair up this 2 with 13. And then I can think of 7 times 2 times 2. So 7 times 2 is 14, and 14 times 2 is 28. So I have 28 over here. And then I have 2 times 13 is 26. And if I add these two numbers, and if I keep one negative, then I will get 2, because 28 minus 26 is 2. And if I multiply these two numbers, I will get 728. So basically 28 and negative 26 can be my factor. So let's rewrite this quadratic equation. So I will write x squared minus 26x plus 28x minus 728 is equal to 0. So I'm going to take these two terms together, and then I will take these two terms together. So if I take these two terms together, I have x common, so I will write x common, and inside the bracket I have x minus 26. And if I take 28 over here, I will also get x minus 26 inside the bracket, and this whole thing is equal to 0. As you can see, x minus 26 is common here and over here, so I'm going to take that common, and then I will write x minus 26 times x plus 28, that is equal to 0, because if I take x minus 26 common, I have x left, which is over here, and if I take x minus 26 common from here, I have 28 left, which is over here. Now let's find the factors. So I'm going to draw a line over here to do a partitioning. So I will take x minus 26 is equal to 0, and I want to find x, so I'm going to add 26 on both sides. And if I add 26 on both sides, this term will be cancelled out, and I have x is equal to 0 plus 26 is 26. So as you can see, my one number is 26. Let's try using the x plus 28. So x plus 28 is basically equal to 0, and I need to subtract 28 from both sides, and if I do that, this will be cancelled out, and I have x is equal to negative 28, which is basically a negative number. So the question is, am I going to consider x equals to 28 as my one of the numbers? And my answer for that one is, in my experience, we don't consider x equals to negative 28 or any negative number for these kind of questions unless it's stated. So technically this question doesn't talk about any negative number, so I'm going to exclude that number. So as you can see, my x is 26, so my first number is x, which is 26, and my second number is x plus 2, so I will write 26 plus 2, which is basically 28. So my answer would be, my numbers are 26 and 28, and they are coming one after another, and as you can see, they are also even numbers. And this is how we will find and solve the quadratic equations.